Relatively civilized.
They look like any European family.
Christians, they're white.
You know, this is a relatively civilized, relatively European.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Amna for those who are new. I'm an Icelandic Muslimah. So this topic is about what is going on in the world right now. The Western media, hypocrisy, double standards, and how I cannot trust the Western media. We are living in 2022, but still we are so far behind. There is still a lot that people have left to learn. During this war between Russia and Ukraine, sadly, it has shown us more racism, more division. This is something I have already seen before, and I already know this. This just shows it clearly even more, and they are not even hiding it.
Relatively civilized.
They look like any European family.
Christians, they're white.
You know, this is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too, city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to happen.
So because it's in Europe, you wouldn't hope for it to happen, but what about the Middle East? What about other countries that it is happening in? Would you hope for it to happen there, or?
When they say, oh, civilized cities, and in another clip, well-dressed people, and this is not the third world, they really mean white people, don't they?
And what's compelling is just looking at them, the way they're dressed. These are prosperous, I'm loath to use the expression, these are prosperous middle-class people. These are not obviously refugees trying to get away from areas in the Middle East. They look like any European family that you would live next door to.
These are not refugees from Syria. These are refugees from neighboring Ukraine. I mean, that, quite frankly, is part of it. These are Christians, they're white.
It's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles.
So I am just so fully against this, because why does it matter about how we look or where they are in the world that this is happening? Why is it that because they are white, blonde, with blue eyes, why is it that that brings more value to them? Why is it that aspect make them more intelligent? How is that? How does that make sense?
People are hiding out in bomb shelters, but this isn't a place, with all due respect, you know, like Iraq or Afghanistan, that has seen conflict raging for decades.
Yes, they have, and that's wrong. That's not normal, and that's not okay. It has never been okay and never will be. No matter which country it's happening in, you should be the same appalled, you should be acting the same way, and not be like, oh, it's a European country, so that makes it different.
Now the unthinkable has happened to them. And this is not a developing third world nation. This is Europe.
Again, bringing up this, that, oh, this is not a third world country. This is Europe. Europe has had war in the past. This is not something new, by the way. Of course, it's been a long time, a long time. What I hear from these people is that European white people's lives matter more. And that's just not true. It's not.
The reason they seem to want us to care more about Ukraine, and we should care about Ukraine, but not because they're white Europeans. That shouldn't be the reason we care about Ukraine.
Me, as a white Icelandic Muslim, I have Islam that clearly tells me that whites are not superior over black and Arabs are not superior over white, and vice versa. This is what Islam tells me, And when I see something wrong happening, I don't look at how the person looks like. Oh, is that person white? Oh, is that person Christian? Oh, is this person living in Europe or in Middle East, or where is it happening? No, I don't look at that. I look at what is happening. What is happening is wrong. So this is what we have issue with, is how they want to portray this as. Why do they have to disrespect other countries who are dealing with the same thing and have been dealing with for way, way longer in today's time? But the hypocrisy of it all is that they will not talk about the wars, how many children and how many people are dying in a Muslim country. They will try to cover it as much as they can. So in this photo, you can clearly see the double standards, that they allow them to hold Ukrainian flags, which is fine by me. But why you don't let them hold Palestinian flags? They didn't allow that. Oh, that's not allowed. Why? Because you don't want politics? It doesn't make sense. This is clearly double standards. Another thing that the Western media will not talk about is what the Taliban said about this war, about the Ukrainian and Russian war. The Taliban issued a statement on Russia-Ukrainian war. What they said is that both sides should resolve the conflict peacefully. Peacefully. They want peace. And the West wants to portray the Taliban a certain way. It doesn't fit their narrative that, oh, the Taliban wants peace. They will never show this. Now let's move forward to why I cannot trust the Western media. So this was posted. This girl is Ahed Tamimi. She is from Palestine. She's not Ukrainian, she's a Palestinian. This is an old picture of this young girl, and these are Israeli soldiers. So this is how they want to fool people. They want to get their sympathy while looking at this photo, but this photo has actually been before, but because it was in Palestine, then no one cared, and they would probably even look at this photo in a way different way, and it's very sad to say that. And the media is spreading false informations. Another false information, they are showing people are wanting to join the Ukrainian fight and fight for Ukraine, but these are actors. Is this real or is it an act? I don't trust it. They even go as far as faking pictures. Like this, they found out that this was not actually during that time, during this war. They are showing false images, misleading images and videos, and these are actually crisis actors. This was not shot during this war. This is how they are fooling people. So I have seen a lot of Muslims post, pray for Ukraine, pray for Ukraine. They want peace. We also want peace for them. And we also want peace in other countries. We already wanted peace already before. But just now, people in Europe, in America are saying we want peace. Now they are saying this because it's happening in a European country. This is what I see and what I don't like. I don't like this division that they are spreading. As you see in this clip, a Ukrainian soldier covering the bullets in pig's fat. He want to use those bullets on Muslim soldiers, By the way, this war has nothing to do with religion, but yet Western media has to find something to make it about Muslims. When this war has nothing to do with religion, why do they make it seem like this is a Muslim doing? This war has nothing to do with us, but yet they have to make us seem like the bad guy. They have to show it in some kind of way. This is just showing a division, a clear division, that these people are against Muslims and against black people. Like, they don't want to help anyone except if you are white, if you are Christian, if you are, if they fit the look. So I just wanted to make this video to bring this in light, because I cannot stand this hypocrisy and these double standards that is going on. Be fair, be real, don't fool people. Sadly, I cannot look at the news and trust the news, what is going on. I cannot believe it. There is a war in Ukraine. That I do know. I don't condone war. Like, I'm against war, and I do want peace. I want peace for everyone. But what I am against is this hypocrisy, this double standard, how they want to portray Muslims. This is all just wrong. I hope people see this and realize this. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum.